Interesting times out there at the moment with coronavirus taking hold and really changing our lives. We've got people being a lot more sedentary than normal. They're not out and about doing what they normally would. By default, we just don't do as much exercise because a lot of people are working at home in restricted sort of circumstances, and we're not getting up and getting ready, not getting in and out of the car, not doing this, not doing that, not doing on weekends. We aren't doing the same exercise we're doing. We're not standing at the kids' sports or whatever it might be. Fortunately, people are still out there bikes. That's fantastic at the moment. That's not a restriction, and people get out there and do their thing. There's two things that can happen, both on the bike and more sedentary lifestyle at home. And there's two particular muscles, I should say, that can shorten, really shorten, and become an issue. Now, in the cycling sense, what we'll find is that, I'm going to use a couple of examples here around Adelaide, do Green Hill Road, Norton Summit, Belair, all these different climbs. And if you're anything like me, when you get to the top, the first thing I want to do is I want to get out of my saddle and I want to stretch my hips towards the handlebars. And what you're actually doing though is stretching your hip flexors. You're also putting length through your hamstrings. All right, now when you're cleated in, the two muscles that drive the up pull, I guess, when you're doing a climb or anything for that matter, it could be time trial or out of harbour, is your hammies and your hip flexors. They're the things that really, really work hard. They're the things that get really short and then they put huge pressure on your lower back. All right, same thing when you're sitting too much on the couch or at work or at home, doesn't matter whatever, but at the moment seems to be a little bit more sedentary at home, is those same two sets of muscles are going to get short. The other one is the hip flexors. They drive your leg up like this, and you can imagine when you're powering on in a time trial, it doesn't matter, any ride, but especially time trials in heavier gear or doing climbs, you are definitely in this bent over position. So hence the reason you want to get up and do this sort of stretch just to take pressure off your back. Because the hip flexor, phenomenal muscle it is, connects all the way along your spine here and down into the top of your leg. So it's a driver of lifting up your leg like so. Okay? And then if you're sitting all the time, whether on a bike or at home in the couch or doing your work, that's going to get short too and put huge pressure on your back. Also cause hip impingement here. Okay, hip flexors, like I said, connect. They're deep, they're out of sight, out of mind. They're right in under the abdominals, underneath the intestines, run all the way from the lumbar spine right through into the top of your hips, and do this very, very big. Doesn't matter what form of mountain biking, but if you're cleated in, you are using those things a lot, especially on climbs and so on. We want to lengthen that because when they get short, they want to pull forward. They want to do these weird things, and as soon as I do that, they load up my lower back, cause a lot of aching, a lot of discomfort around sacroiliac joints. We can go on forever about that. How do I lengthen it? We've probably all seen this stretch. Nice big long lunge. Okay, I don't want to see this. Nice big long lunge, like we're on sort of on train tracks here with our feet and knees. Now, keep good posture through your spine here. Basically, what a lot of people have done is that. That's fine, nothing wrong with that at all. But we can do better. Because it connects all the way along your spine, if we put a side bend, we're going to get even more length through it. Now, I'm going to grab a little stool here. I like to relax on something here so I can really focus on the stretch. This is here as just a nice support. Now, lift up your left arm, left leg, left arm. Push up towards the ceiling so you get length through your spine, and then a beautiful arc over to the right. You can see I've already opened out my left side here. Now, drop into the stretch. And you can see I'm keeping relatively good posture. I'm keeping straight up and down through my torso. I've got a beautiful stretch happening through here and right into that top of that quadricep area where the hip flexor connects. Hold for 15 or 20, come out of it, give it a relax. Then, same thing, pull up or push up, side bend, drop in and try to go a little bit further. And you'll get a lot more length through that. That's fantastic for stride length again, for stopping impingement pain, taking pressure off the back. Absolutely critical for life. When you think about what the hip flexors do just in everyday life, from walking and all that sort of things. Now, if you need to put a pillow under the knees, if you've got really bad knees, no issues with that. Or, alternatively, if you've got really dodgy knees, there's no reason why you can't hold onto the wall or a cupboard. Get a long stance happening here again. Arm up, over, and then just lunge in, and you should get a beautiful stretch through the front there. All right, any questions, hit me up. Stay safe out there, stay home, But in saying that, get out on your bike, get some fresh air.